A young travel vlogger was living her dream. She was chronicling a cross-country road trip in a white van. People were drawn to her bright, sun-drenched posts. They watched her videos with a sense of shared adventure. They cheered for her freedom and the life she was building online, one beautiful vista at a time. Her name was Gabby Petito. Then, one day, the posts stopped. The vibrant feed went silent. She did not answer her family's calls. She was gone. The silence that followed her disappearance would soon become a deafening roar of public concern, speculation, and a desperate search for answers that held millions of people captive. This is the story of Gabby Petito. Who was Gabby Petito? Before her name became a global headline, she was a 22-year-old artist and adventurer. Those who knew her described a young woman with a creative spirit and a deep love for travel, art, and the boundless beauty of the outdoors. Gabby channeled this passion into creating videos and photos from the road, building a significant following on social media platforms like Instagram and YouTube. People were captivated by her seemingly gentle voice and her van life posts, which curated a vision of simple living and freedom. Her feed was a tapestry of picturesque camping scenes, sweeping landscapes viewed from the back of her van, and reflections on living a slower, more intentional life. She embarked on this journey with her fiancé, Brian Laundrie, who was 23 at the time, from Northport, Florida, where the couple had been living. In the summer of 2021, they packed their lives into a converted 2012 white Ford Transit van and set off. Their plan was ambitious and inspiring: to travel across the United States, visiting national parks and iconic landmarks along the way. The van was their home, their transport, and the backdrop for the digital story they were telling the world. Behind the curated images, however, was a more complex reality. The cross-country trip officially began on July 2, 2021, when Gabby and Brian departed from Blue Point, New York. Their journey was meant to last for months, a grand tour of the American West. They documented their initial stops with enthusiasm. Monument Rocks, Kansas. Great Sand Dunes National Park, Colorado. Their social media feeds painted a classic American road trip. The white van became their signature, a symbol of van life. As July turned into August, they went deeper into the West. Utah, Zion National Park, Bryce Canyon National Park. On Instagram, Gabby shared photos hiking through Arches National Park. Arches post caption, August 12th. "We had a slow morning, it was a good morning." These posts were cataloged by reporters and law enforcement, a crucial public record. That visual timeline helped retrace their steps and narrow the time frame. On August 19th, Gabby posted to YouTube, "Nomadic Static," video title, "Van Life, Beginning Our Van Life Journey," an 8-minute compilation that portrayed a happy, harmonious trip. The final known public posts and private communications from Gabby Petito arrived in late August 2021. According to her family, their regular contact began to falter around the last week of that month. Daily calls and texts became sporadic and then stopped. On August 25th, Gabby made a final, direct phone call to her mother, Nicole Schmidt. The family later described the call, from the area of Grand Teton National Park, as brief and unusual. Publicly released reports detailed texts sent from Gabby's phone in the days that followed. One on August 27th mentioned Stan, Gabby's grandfather, a detail her mother found odd. Another on August 30th read, "No service in Yosemite." These final, cryptic communications became a key focus. Some investigators theorized they may not have been sent by Gabby. Her last confirmed public post was August 25th. Witnesses reported the white van at the Spread Creek dispersed camping area on August 27th. A travel vlogger later discovered she had captured the van there the same evening. The last confirmed in-person sighting of Gabby by anyone other than Brian was August 27th, leaving a restaurant in Jackson. After that, the trail went cold. The window of her disappearance narrowed to a few critical days in Wyoming. Section 5. The search begins. A missing person report ignites a nation. On September 11, 2021, Gabby's family reported her missing to Suffolk County Police. They couldn't reach her, and panic set in. Brian Laundrie had returned to his parents' home in Northport, Florida on September 1st, without her. Local news picked up the family's pleas. The story spread rapidly. regional news, then national platforms. The investigation escalated as public fascination grew. Northport police tried to speak with Brian and his family. They were met with silence. With no cooperation, the case was elevated to the FBI. Denver field office deployed resources to Wyoming. The search wasn't limited to law enforcement. Social media exploded. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. People analyzed posts, mapped her route, and shared theories, helpful and speculative. Gabby Petito trended for weeks. Volunteers organized ground searches in Wyoming while others scoured the internet for clues. Major networks provided rolling coverage, generating tips and chaos, as investigators struggled to sift credible leads from rumors. Section 6. Key evidence emerges. The body camera and public tips. Several crucial pieces of evidence were made public by authorities, including body camera footage from a police stop in Moab, Utah, on August 12, 2021. The video captured a raw encounter between officers, Gabby and Brian. Police had responded to a 911 call reporting a possible domestic dispute. Gabby was visibly distressed, describing mounting stress and an argument that had escalated. Brian appeared calm while describing the conflict to another officer. The release sent shockwaves through the public, offering an unvarnished glimpse into a troubled dynamic, in stark contrast to their polished social media. Officers decided to separate the couple for the night, classifying the incident as a mental, emotional health break. The video sparked intense debate and scrutiny over the police response. For many, a missed opportunity. Beyond the footage, public tips proved invaluable after the FBI appealed for information from anyone at Spread Creek between August 27th and 30th. Travel bloggers who captured the van provided a time-stamped geographic anchor. Other witnesses reported a tense restaurant incident in Jackson on August 27th. On Sunday, September 19, 2021, the nationwide search reached its heartbreaking conclusion. Acting on credible tips, teams went to the Spread Creek dispersed camping area. FBI agents, National Park Service rangers, and local law enforcement joined forces. They discovered human remains. That evening, officials announced the discovery. Remains were consistent with Gabby Petito. On September 21st, the Teton County coroner confirmed the identity. The nation's hope for a safe return was shattered. The coroner initially ruled her death a homicide. On October 12th, the final findings. The cause of death was strangulation, estimated 3 to 4 weeks in the wilderness. The investigation shifted from a missing person search to a murder investigation as her family mourned in the public eye. While the search for Gabby was underway, Brian Laundrie had returned alone to Northport, Florida on September 1st in the white van. His family retained a lawyer and refused to speak with police or the Petito family. On September 15th, he was named a person of interest. His silence fueled public suspicion. On September 17th, his parents reported him missing, later adjusting the last seen date. They said he went hiking in the nearby Carlton Reserve, 25,000 acres of inhospitable wetlands. A massive manhunt began involving local police, the FBI, and specialized search and rescue teams. The search was arduous, often in waist-deep water and brutal heat. On September 23rd, a federal arrest warrant issued, not for Gabby's death, but for unauthorized use of a debit card and PIN. Weeks passed without success, prompting widespread speculation about his whereabouts. On October 20, 2021, the search ended. His parents helped locate a backpack and a notebook in the reserve. Nearby, human remains were found. Dental records confirmed Brian Laundrie. The medical examiner ruled a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The FBI later cited notebook statements claiming responsibility for Gabby's death. The Gabby Petito case resonated with the public in a way that few true crime stories ever have, becoming a global headline and a cultural phenomenon. Gabby's large social following created a personal connection for thousands. Her story unfolded against the popular backdrop of van life culture, freedom, and travel. Her disappearance felt like a violation of a shared dream. The case showed the incredible speed of escalation in the age of social media and rolling news. Social platforms were indispensable for disseminating official bulletins and generating credible tips. including the van video clue. But they also bred rampant speculation, conspiracy theories, and misinformation that pained the family and risked derailing the case. Officials urged the public to rely on verified sources. The case sparked a wider conversation about disparities in coverage, sometimes termed missing white woman syndrome, highlighting cases that receive far less attention, particularly among people of color and indigenous women. Gabby's family founded the Gabby Petito Foundation to support families of the missing and aid organizations assisting victims of domestic violence. Their advocacy sought to create a positive legacy from an unthinkable loss. The case left an indelible mark, raising complex questions about domestic violence, the role of social media in modern crime, and our collective responsibility to the missing and their families. The story of Gabby Petito, which began with a hopeful journey across America, concluded in profound sorrow and a litany of unanswered what-ifs. A timeline built from digital posts, witness sightings, and forensic evidence paints a clear picture of a dream that devolved into a nightmare. Meticulous police work, bolstered by public vigilance, brought factual clarity. Official reports from the FBI, local police, and the coroner's office provided confirmed facts that cut through speculation. From this heartbreaking case, several lessons emerge. Rely on verified information. Rumors can spread faster than truth. Share only confirmed details. Speculation created noise, hampered investigators, and harmed grieving families. Public assistance matters. Locating the van came from citizen tips. Witnesses helped build the timeline. Finally, Gabby's story reminds us of the hidden complexities of domestic relationships and the fragility of life. Her family asks she be remembered not for the way she died, but for the vibrant spirit she was: adventurous, creative, loving. The Gabby Petito case became one of the most followed investigations in recent history. While many questions were eventually answered, the story continues to leave a lasting impact on millions around the world.